Welcome back to ISO, English Inside, where global standards speak your language. In today's episode, we continue our in-depth exploration of IATF 16949-2016 by unpacking Clause 4.3.2, Customer-Specific Requirements, one of the most critical and often misunderstood areas of the automotive quality standard. Let's begin with the core idea. The organization must identify customer-specific requirements and integrate them into the scope of its quality management system. Now, while that may sound simple, the reality is far more complex. Magnifying glass tilted left, what are customer-specific requirements? Within the context of IATF 16949, customer-specific requirements, or CSRs, are defined as interpretations of or supplemental requirements linked to specific clauses of the IATF 16949 standard. These are not general expectations or suggestions. They are binding extensions of the standard issued by individual customers, and they carry the same weight as the clauses within IATF 16949 itself. In practice, CSRs are individualized mandates that each automotive customer provides, requirements that suppliers are expected to understand, implement, and audit with the same rigor as the standard itself. Why are CSRs outside the core standard? It's important to understand the history here. During the development of IATF 16949, if all participating OEMs, such as Ford, GM, Volkswagen, or Toyota, could agree on a requirement, it became part of the official standard. But when consensus could not be reached, each OEM retained the right to include its own unique mandates as CSRs. This decision led to a significant expansion in the scope and importance of customer-specific requirements in IATF 16949 compared to its predecessor, QS 9000. Factory. What do CSRs typically cover? Customer-specific requirements vary, but they generally fall into these categories. Part-specific requirements, dimensions, tolerances, performance criteria. A delivery requirements, timelines, shipping methods, labeling instructions. A process controls, e.g. heat treating, coating, or material certifications. A general quality processes, such as PPAP, APQP, or traceability expectations. A document and communication formats. 8D reports, complaint handling protocols, inspection templates. System-level requirements, such as mandatory use of PowerWay, Q1, or MMOG. Some customers publish these requirements as standalone customer-specific requirements, while others embed them into supplier quality manuals. Regardless of the name, their purpose is the same: to tailor the standard to match that customer's operational and quality expectations. Card index dividers, documentation requirements. Clause 4.3.2 isn't just about knowing CSRs exist. It demands that organizations fully integrate them into their quality systems and document how each requirement is addressed. Here's what that looks like in practice. A Ford and GM require organizations to address all CSR clauses within their quality systems. Daimler-Chrysler goes even further, mandating that organizations trace each shall from the CSR to a documented process or procedure in the QMS. This means CSRs must be mapped into work instructions, procedures, forms, and checklists, so they are visible and usable to everyone involved, from operators to managers. Without this level of integration, organizations will struggle to meet audit expectations, particularly during certification or surveillance audits. Compass implementing CSRs, a strategic approach. The first step in implementing customer-specific requirements is collection. Organizations must gather all relevant CSRs from their customer base. No small task, considering that different divisions within the same customer can have entirely separate requirements. Once gathered, the next step is integration. Organizations should 1. Adopt the most stringent version of each requirement across customers. 2. Map unique process flows where different customer needs diverge. 3. Use separate forms, measurement methods, or instructions when needed. 4. Ensure all CSRs are reflected in training programs, process control, and audit planning. Training plays a vital role. Personnel must not only be aware of CSRs, but also know how to apply them in their roles. Whether it's an operator using a special inspection gauge or a quality engineer interpreting traceability rules, everyone must be aligned. Magnifying glass tilted left auditing CSRs. How to ensure compliance. Auditing customer-specific requirements presents a unique challenge. Many CSRs are buried in documents or embedded in forms. That's why pre-audit documentation review is essential. Internal auditors should use checklists where each shall is tracked to a corresponding document or process. This saves valuable time and ensures CSRs are verified before the external audit begins. Remember, CSRs are process-based, not paper-based. For example, a CSR may require rapid feedback between inspection stations and manufacturing. That requirement must be built into the actual flow of operations, not just listed on a form. Puzzle piece the CSR matrix, a best practice tool. Many organizations find value in developing a CSR matrix, a centralized mapping of which customer issued the requirement, what the requirement is, where it is addressed in the QMS, who is responsible for compliance. This matrix becomes a living document, supporting document control, training, and audits. Police Carlight final thoughts. You can't ignore the CSRs. Customer-specific requirements are non-negotiable. They carry legal and commercial implications and form the bridge between general industry standards and each customer's unique needs. For automotive suppliers, success in IATF 16949 is not just about meeting the standard. It's about mastering each customer's version of it. If your organization fails to collect, map, implement, and audit CSRs, it's not just a documentation issue. It's a compliance risk that can lead to audit nonconformities, or worse, loss of business. In summary, Clause 4.3.2 of IATF 16949 reinforces one of the most fundamental truths of the automotive industry. The customer defines the rules. Your job as a supplier is to understand them, apply them, and prove through documentation and audits that you've done so. Thanks for tuning in to ISO English Inside. Join us next time as we explore Clause 5 and examine the role of leadership in driving quality culture. Until then, stay smart, stay specific, and keep your quality systems road ready. ISO English Inside, where global standards speak your language. Studio microphone.